What if the biggest financial gift you can give your children isn't a pile of cash or a house? What if the very thing you are sacrificing your own future for is something your kids raised here in Canada don't actually want? It's a tough question, especially within the South Asian community. For generations, the unwritten rule for parents has been to sacrifice everything for their children. This is a value system we brought with us, where society expects you to work tirelessly to build a legacy of property and savings to pass down. But the single minded focus is creating a silent crisis here in our new home. A startling trend shows that many South Asian parents are willing to prioritize their child's university education over their own retirement. This deep seated culture value means that many feel an obligation to fund their child's education, even if it compromises their own financial future. This noble sacrifice can consume a massive portion of their entire retirement savings. Parents who immigrated to Canada and worked hard for decades are stepping into their golden years, house rich and cash poor, while their children inherit assets that just don't fit their modern, mobile Canadian lives. But there is a way for you with the right guidance to unlock the wealth tied up in your family home. Build a truly comfortable retirement for yourself and give your children the financial gift they really want. I'm Jyoti Shamnani, and as a realtor specializing in real estate wealth planning for families just like yours, I have developed a 5-step plan to do exactly that. Stick around because step number 1 is a conversation you need to have today. Almost every first generation South Asian parent in Canada is driven by one thing: to leave a better life for their children. It's a beautiful intention, born from a culture of love and sacrifice. We save, we invest in property, we cut back on our own needs, all based on the values we learned back home. But the world our children are growing up in has changed, and the definition of a better life for our kids, the Canadian millennials and Gen Z, is completely different from ours. The problem is, we are still using an old cultural map to navigate a new Canadian financial landscape. This mindset is reflected in the overwhelming drive for immigrant parents to fund their child's post secondary education, even if it means dipping into retirement funds. Many are making huge sacrifices, working longer hours, taking fewer holidays, and some are even willing to sell assets to cover these massive costs. Let's talk numbers. The average cost for a 4-year university degree with residence in Canada can be over $75,000 and is projected to rise significantly. A 4-year degree could wipe out a lifetime of savings for parents who are already playing catch up. Immigrants in Canada often face barriers to building adequate retirement funds due to factors like residency requirements for pensions and the initial challenge of establishing themselves. This is creating a generation of retirees who are asset rich on paper but have very little cash to actually live on. They own $1 million house in Brampton or Surrey, but have to think twice before spending on their health or well-deserved vacation. This is the house rich, cash poor trap. And as a realtor, I see it every day. And here is the other side of the story. What do our Canadian children even want? Surveys of Canadian millennials and Gen Z show a clear shift. While homeownership is still a major goal, they value flexibility and experiences. They want the freedom to move from Toronto to Calgary for their careers. They want to invest in stocks using their TFSAs. And they don't want to be tied down to a high maintenance family home in a suburb they might not even live in. They would rather have your help with a down payment on a condo they choose, in a city they love, or seed money for their startup, then inherit a large property they might have to sell or manage. This is where expert real estate advice becomes critical. This gap between what parents are sacrificing to give And what children actually value is the heart of the problem. We are using our life savings to build a cage, however golden, when what they really want are wings. But you can fix this. You can secure your future and empower theirs. And it all starts with a new real estate wealth plan. If this is hitting home, make sure you are subscribed because we are about to get into the solutions. The 5-step real estate plan to retire wealthy and gift smarter. Breaking this cycle isn't about not supporting your children. It's about supporting them and yourself in a much smarter Canadian way using the most valuable asset you have, your home. Here is the 5-step plan to make that happen. Step 1. Hold a Real Talk Financial Summit. The biggest mistake families make is not talking about money, especially real estate. It's a cultural taboo. We assume, we project, but we almost never ask. It's time to change that. Schedule a calm, open conversation with your adult children. This isn't a lecture, it's a family meeting. The goal is simple: to get on the same page about everyone's financial dreams, including their housing aspiration. Ask them, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself living in the next 10 years? What does financial freedom look like to you? Is owning this specific family home part of that vision? And then you need to be honest. Share your own retirement plans. Talk about your fear of not having enough money to live comfortably. You might be shocked. Your children are probably more worried about your financial security than their own inheritance. This single conversation replaces assumptions with facts, which is the bedrock of the real estate strategy we will build together. Step number 2, redefine your legacy through real estate. What if your legacy isn't a physical house, but financial freedom for you and for them? Instead of thinking, I have to leave them with the house, start thinking, I have to leave them with zero burdens. The greatest gift you can give your children is your own financial independence. When your retirement is secure, you free them from the future financial and emotional weight of supporting you. This is a living legacy built through smart real estate decisions. It's about using your home equity to empower them now when they need it most, without risking your own future. This is where a realtor like me, Jyoti Shamnani, can help you explore options. It could mean helping with a down payment, co-investing in their first property, or funding a course to transform their career. It's a legacy they can use, and you get to see it happen. Step number 3, unlock the hidden wealth in your home. For many South Asian parents in Canada, a huge chunk of their net worth is tied up in their home. It's a powerful asset, but it's not paying the bills. It's time to put it to work. As your realtor, I can help you explore several options. One of the most underutilized tools is reverse mortgage. It allows Canadian homeowners aged 55 and over to borrow against their home's value. You receive tax-free cash either as a lump sum or regular income, and you make no monthly payments. The loan is repaid only when you sell the home or the last owner passes away. This can fund the retirement you deserve without having to sell the family home while you are living in it. Other options could include downsizing to a more manageable home and unlocking a large chunk of cash, or refinancing to pull out equity for other goals. The key is to transform your static real estate asset into an active source of wealth. Step 4, build your wealth beyond the family home. The old strategy of just property and fixed deposits isn't enough in Canada. It's time to think like a modern investor with real estate as your foundation. Your number one goal is funding your own retirement. Once that's secure, we can look at growing your wealth. This is where strategic real estate investing comes in. Using the equity from your primary home, you could purchase an investment property like a rental condo. This creates a new income stream and builds further wealth. This strategy complements other modern investment tools your Canadian-raised children are likely using, like TFSAs and RRSPs. By diversifying your investments with a strong base in real estate and supplemented by market investments, you build a portfolio that truly beats inflation and secures your future. Step 5. Gifting smarter, not just bigger. Once your own retirement is secure, you can focus on helping your children. And now, thanks to your Real Talk Summit, you know exactly what they need. Instead of a large inheritance tied up in a property decades from now, think about these smart real estate gifts. A down payment boost. Gifting 50,000 or 100,000 for a down payment on their first home is far more powerful than them inheriting your house 20 years from now. As a realtor, I can guide you and your children through this process, ensuring it's a smooth and successful first purchase. A retirement starter fund. Imagine gifting your 30-year-old son or daughter a $25,000 contribution to their RRSP. With the magic of compounding, that gift could grow to a massive sum by the time they retire. An education fund for grandchildren. Start a registered education savings plan RESP the day your grandchild is born. This frees up your children's finances during their own peak earning and spending years. These gifts are timely and make a real impact. You see the joy of your gift, and they get the exact support they need. For generations, South Asian parents have shown a capacity for sacrifice that is second to none. That beautiful intention doesn't need to change, but the strategy has to, especially when it comes to your biggest asset, your real estate. Let's quickly recap the 5-step plan. First, hold a Real Talk Financial Summit to align your family's real estate goals. Second, redefine your legacy from being about a single property to being about a financial freedom for everyone. Third, unlock the hidden wealth in your home with expert guidance on tools like a reverse mortgage or downsizing. Fourth, build your wealth beyond the family home with investment properties. And fifth, focus on gifting smarter with timely, targeted help like down payment support. By shifting from a strategy of pure sacrifice to one of smart real estate planning, you can achieve what every parent truly wants: to live a comfortable, dignified life while knowing your children are empowered, not burdened. You give them the gift they actually want, and you give yourself the wealthy, worry free retirement you have more than earned. If this video made you think, the most powerful thing you can do is share it. Send it to your parents, send it to your children. Start the conversation that could change your family's financial future. And to start exploring your real estate options and discover how these strategies can work for you, click the link in the description to book a no obligation consultation with me, Jyoti Shamnani. Let's build your family's wealth together. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights on building real wealth through real estate. Thanks for watching.